All right, we're now live on YouTube. What's up, YouTube? You know, this is your boy DJ Cool Thing Entertainment. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed my last video, which was a requested video from DJ Apocalypse. He wanted to know, he actually wanted to know what it was like DJing during COVID. So I decided to do a video for him, and that was a request that was accepted. And I actually want to thank everyone for getting me up to 374 subscribers as of right now. And sorry if I haven't been busy on YouTube as I should have been, but I've been busy with other things besides YouTube. I am back. See, I was busy the entire week with my family, and I was in Florida the entire time. So I am back now. It's great to be back here on YouTube doing a live stream, and hopefully it comes out okay. So we are now using Google Chrome to do this live video. And let's start off by talking about new gear. So my new gear for 2021 isn't really going to be that much because of having everything I would need. I got my controller, got my laptop, I got my speakers, I got the speaker stand scrims. I got everything I would need. But the only thing I'm going to get so far for my main setup is a lighting system. And I'm working on getting the Chave Gig Bar 2, which is the cheaper option of the two compared to the Chave Gig Bar Move. So I'm going to type on my phone, Chave Gig Bar 2, Chave Gig Bar 2. And this is the one I'm actually going to get, the $500 one, which is not too bad for a wedding DJ like myself doing, small to medium sized weddings. So here it is. Here's the Chave Gig Bar 2. This is what I'll be purchasing in the next month or two. And I'm going to have it by the time my first wedding comes around, which is May 23rd, 2021, which is this year. And we got like 3 months left. Yeah, we got 3 months left until the wedding. As you can see here in my planner, as you can see from the planner, our first wedding is on the 23rd of May. So I got until then to get the Chave Gig Bar, else I'll be screwed in, the lighting system and the lighting scheme of things. I'll have the audio, but no lighting. That's why it's a main priority of mine to get the Chave Gig Bar 2 for my birthday. So my birthday is coming up very, very soon. So yeah, my birthday is coming up in the next couple of months. So I got until April to go ahead and purchase the Chave Gig Bar and have that for my first wedding. And this will be the first wedding with the JBL Eon 612s. I hope you guys enjoyed those, by the way. The videos, like the sound comparison, the unboxing, the sound comparison between those and the Ions, which ones were better. And we definitely knew what the clear winner was, and it was the JBLs because of having a better SPL level, 126 compared to 116. So that's like 10 dB greater than what the Ions were. But the Ions were enough to get me started as a beginner DJ in 2018. So, I mean, that's all I could afford at the time was the Ions. I guess because one of them was given to me as a Christmas gift, and the other was given to me as a special surprise gift for helping that friend out with a wedding, which was supposed to take place in May. So, which actually did take place, but I couldn't go because of the virus. So we did look at Amazon, and the Chave Gig Bar 2 is absolutely amazing. Not bad for $500. But I think I'm gonna get the one with the DMX controller. Yeah, I'm gonna get this one right here. Actually, I'm not gonna get that one because that's the. Okay, so it's pretty much the exact same. Two pars, two Darbys, a laser light, and a strobe. It comes with one of these Rockville uh, DMX controllers with a DMX cable to go from the lighting system into the controller. But I will get a much longer cable if that ends up not being the case. So yeah, I'm working on getting the yeah, I'm actually going to work on getting the bundle with the DMX controller, the foot pedal, the remote, the carrying bag, and the Chave Gig Bar itself. So we're going to work on getting that in the next couple of months because that's actually going to be my 27th birthday gift for 2021. So by late April, early May, we'll have the Chave Gig Bar and have it ready to go for when I do my weddings, this year. As of right now, we got 3 weddings coming up. We got my friend Brandon's wedding. We got my friend Allie's wedding. Of course, we got my cousin Cheyenne's wedding all this year. So we got 3 weddings this year so far booked. But the others that I requested to be a part of, haven't been released yet when it comes to the date of the weddings. What else do we need to talk about? And I'm here on my YouTube channel. I just reached 374 subscribers, which is insane to think about. So I'm gonna go to my YouTube channel and go all the way down to here. I just reached 374 subscribers, which means we need to start planning a 400 subscriber celebration the day I reach 400 subs. So if you want to, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and tell your friends, tell your family, to subscribe to me if they enjoy my content, because we need the right amount of subscribers, not just people who are just wanting to subscribe just to subscribe. See, my subscribers should be the ones who enjoy my content, who give me positive feedback, not negative, because I don't really like negative feedback. It just gets me. So it just gets my nerves. Awesome. Yeah. I'm at 374 right now. So we're getting very close to 380, then 390. So we got 20 or 30 more until we get to 400 subscribers, which is insane. And I've had this channel since 2018, October 2018, and I barely put a dent in it. I got to figure out what to do to help this channel out. Yeah, I got to figure out what to do to help out this channel, depending whatever it is. So if you guys have any recommendations on how to improve the channel, just let me know in the live chat right there. And if you're watching this when it's when it's posted, let me know in the comment section what I should do to prevent myself from getting the thumbs down and help improve the channel. Because I actually do videos that the viewers want to see. So I did a video for DJ Apocalypse, and it was posted 3 hours ago, which was like what it's been like DJing during COVID-19, during the pandemic, and what it's been like being a DJ during this time. So that's a video I did, and hopefully it gets a good, decent amount of views. Right? It actually got a good, decent amount of views, but not as much into, can't think of the word. So, not too many people are being engaged. Okay, so we got 1 thumbs up. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So far, so good. So I'm really looking forward to these weddings this year. And then after the Chave gig bar, yep, after the Brad Dixon, what's up? What is up? If you have any questions for me, put it in the live chat. I'll be sure to answer those questions. If they got to be DJ related. And let me tell you, I'm actually switching over to Record Box. Yeah. Yep, I'm switching over to Record Box within the next couple of years, like 2023, 2022. So I'm switching over to Record Box. So I'm actually working on getting a secondary controller. I already told my Instagram people this, but I am getting a DDJ 400 to use as a secondary controller, backup controller, practicing controller, live stream controller, something small and easy to set up when I do live streams and stuff. It is cool. See, I used to have the party mix, which I outgrew within a year or two of being a DJ. In the first year of being a DJ, I already grew out of the party mix, so I moved up to the DDJ SR2 from Pioneer DJ. So I'm gonna get the DDJ 400 to use as a secondary controller for smaller gigs like house parties, birthday parties, holiday parties, you name it. So those type of gigs, that's where the DDJ 400 will come into. It's not that heavy to carry around. The SR2 is for the bigger events like weddings, school events, which as of right now, because of COVID, we can't really have any school events as of right now, but we will get back into school gigs sometime in the next year, like 2022, 2023, somewhere around there. So I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, I'm getting the DDJ 400 as a secondary controller. That'll be sometime in 2022, maybe sometime this summer, but it just depends on how much money I get. So I guess whatever I get from working at the fireworks store, which there's going to be a yearly 4th of July gig log, but this time I'm actually going to show the shoppers, shopping and have a good time and really enjoy myself as a DJ. So I'm definitely going to do a gig log. It won't be as long. Just do a few updates here and there and make it like a shorter gig log than what last year's gig was. So I am going to be doing a 4th of July gig log this year, come July 3rd or July 4th, depending on what day we actually go to. So I'm going to go to my calendar. So July, so sometime that week, I'm actually going to do the 4th of July at Crazy Sam's Fireworks gig, where I play a lot of 4th of July music, pop music, some high energy music to get people excited and ready for the 4th of July and really make it more interesting and more exciting for them to shop around to. Because usually our FM radio that we use for the fireworks store doesn't pick up very well. So instead of listening to the same station over and over again, I decided to be a DJ at Crazy Sam's Fireworks for the 4th of July. So I'm going to do that again this year. And whatever money I get, it will go towards the DDJ 400. And I'm switching over to purely Record Box DJ for the smaller gigs at least. And Serato will still be used with the DDJ SR2 for weddings, school events, just the bigger events that I do. Like the church gigs, for example, like the fall kickoff, that's where the SR2 will come in. The 400 is good for those smaller youth group parties that, the youth ministry gigs I do for my church's youth ministry. That's where the 400 come in. Something very small I can carry around, easy to set up, easy to tear down, and I can plug it up to my church's Bose F1 812 speaker system that they purchased to plug up an iPod for background music while the kids hang out and walk in, sign in, that sort of thing. So they do use the Bose F1812 a lot with an iPod Touch. It's an older iPod Touch with all of the music on there from Adventure Beach. So, which is our children's ministry that we do, I go to every single Sunday. See, that's why I don't do YouTube videos on Sundays, because I'm at church. And plus, Sunday is a day of rest and don't have to worry about doing any work on Sundays. But yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to getting the Chave gig bar and really step up my game in the lighting department side of things when it comes to the setup. I mean, the audio has matured quite a lot with the DDJ SR2, my MacBook Air running Serato, which is about to get its macOS Big Sur update. I'm super excited. I did watch a few videos on the Serato 2.5 update, which makes me super excited because I've been waiting so long for this update for Serato DJ Pro version 2.5. And now I have both Serato and Rekordbox, and today was the day it just finished up analyzing the tracks. I have over 30,000 tracks, and as you guys know, not too long ago, I actually did a video about giving up on music streaming services since they do go away, they don't stay around for much longer. So, like Tidal is being bought out by Square, which I don't know how that's going to work out with us DJs. Beat Source doesn't have the music I'm looking for as a church DJ, a party DJ, a wedding DJ, just an event DJ. I don't really see the music I'm looking for as a DJ in Beat Source. So I decided to give up on that and just go straight to digital downloads from BPM Supreme, iTunes, CDs, vinyl, cassette. And I do have a TIAC LP R550, which is a record player, CD player, tape player. And I use that to transfer my vinyl records and cassette tapes to a higher quality file like AIFF or WAV. And I get a high quality recording out of my speakers from vinyl and also cassette tape. DJ Baraks. Oh, hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's up? So yeah, if you guys have any questions for me, put in the live chat because I am dying to know your DJ questions since we pretty much talked about everything we need to talk about. But yeah, I am working on getting a DJ 400 to use as a backup controller, secondary controller for smaller gigs, practicing, prepping, you name it. And then maybe soon I might move up to the DJ 800 and use full on Rekordbox. So yeah, I actually might go ahead and purchase in the next year or two, like in 2022, 2023, the new Pioneer controller, the DDJ 800, compared to the SR2. So we're going from the SR2 to the 800 within 2022, 2023. So I still got another year or two with the SR2. I run Rekordbox and love it. I know you like it. Yeah, I do. I actually love it. DJ 800 is cool. I know. I actually looked at it and it was really nice with the LCD screens, 2-channel mixer. It's just amazing. And of course, you got the 1/4-inch and XLR combination for your microphone, which I think is insane. And of course, I don't know if you get an auxiliary yeah, I think you get an auxiliary. But I'm going to take a look at the DDJ 800 because that'll be my next controller. DDJ 800. I'm going to go to Pioneer's website. It is a 2-channel performance DJ controller, and wow, the LCD screens in the jog wheels are absolutely a nice touch. But it doesn't have RGB, because that's Serato's thing, RGB buttons. Wow, it even has an auxiliary for plugging in my laptop for playing music off of Apple Music or Spotify during cocktail hour or dinner. And then, of course, when reception comes, to switch over to my main music and I'm ready to go in mixing. But yeah, as of right now, the SR2 is falling apart. Like the Deck 2 Effects 1 knob is breaking off in the inside. The crossfader keeps popping off. The master RCA output only works on one channel, so I'm forced to use XLR. So I'm starting to see some limitations with the SR2 because of some of the stuff being broken. And there was a recommendation to take it to Guitar Center to get it repaired. So instead of getting repaired, I might just wait another year or two to go ahead and purchase a brand new controller. I have the DDJ 400. The only thing I wish it had was XLRs. Yeah, that's where the 800 comes in, is XLR, the XLR, RCAs, and it's got a lot of versatility with the DDJ 800. If you want to continue using Rekordbox, if you want to use Serato, there's the SR2, the SZ, the SX series of controllers. There's the SV3, which only doesn't have XLR. And there's one controller that most DJs hate, and that is the DDJ FLX6, which is a hybrid for Serato and Rekordbox. I'm not really a big fan of that controller because it doesn't have XLR for plugging into my speakers, the JBL Eon 612s. But I guess with the DDJ 400, if you want to use XLR, you can use an external mixer and hook it into your speakers that way. So that is a way to connect XLR if you have the DDJ 400. Just use an external mixer and you're ready to go. Because some of the Yamaha mixers and a lot of mixers have XLR master outs for converting RCA to XLR. Because that's what I'll do with the DDJ 400 if I want to use it as a backup. Just use it with the Yamaha MG10, connect to the RCA, and I'll be good to go. Just connect the RCAs to the mixer, the external mixer, the Yamaha MG10, and connect the other end of the cables to the JBL Eon 612s. So that's how I'm going to use the DDJ 400 as a secondary controller, just by using an external mixer, the Yamaha MG10. That's if I want to connect it to PA speakers. But other than that, I'll be using it with my Monster Audio Rock and Roll 3 tailgater speaker. Yeah, or an RC to XLR. Okay, that's cool. Or RCA to XLR. Yeah, we could do that. Just go straight from the RCA out to the XLR quarter-inch combo on the speakers, or RCA to quarter-inch. You never know. But there's a lot of cables. Let me see here. I'm going to Amazon. Here on my iPhone, which is this is the last year with the iPhone 10. I'm actually going to upgrade later this year. Maybe for Christmas. Who knows? But I'm going to type in RCA to XLR. Okay, so they actually make them. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there's one from Cable Matters. And it's a 10-foot cable to go from RCA to XLR. Cable Matters. That's a good quality cable. Cable Matters. Never buy anything from Decino or Ticino, because those are the worst. I actually have Ticino cables, and they don't sound very well. Or maybe even RCA to quarter-inch from Hosa. But if I do get things like if I get like a RC to XLR cables, to be from Cable Matters or from Hosa, I'm gonna type in Hosa because Hosa is a really amazing brand. So I'm gonna type in. Okay, I got Hosa. We're gonna visit the Hosa store, and I'm going to go down to the menu here. We got to look at RCA cables, which they only have RCA and RCA. I've been using Livewire Pro cables. Love them. Okay, I'll actually check those out. Livewire. Okay, I'll check those out. Livewire RCA to XLR. Let's see if they make any. See, I found Hosa through DJ Bar. Also, Sweatwater has some options. Okay, but I'm actually gonna stick. So, Livewire is Guitar Center. Okay, I'll check that out. GuitarCenter.com. I'll check those out. For the DDJ 400, if I want to use it as a secondary control, if I want to use it as a backup controller. So whenever I get the DDJ 400, that'll be my cue to go ahead and take my SR2 to Guitar Center and get it repaired. Because I spent way too much money on that controller. It's just better to get it repaired. Because as you know, controllers are so expensive, especially the bigger ones like the SR2, the 800, the 1000 SRT. Those are really expensive controllers. Livewire XLR to RCA. It's not under warranty. Actually, it's all paid off. I didn't buy the warranty. I just went through Amazon, so I didn't really purchase the warranty. It would have been extra to do the warranty. So I didn't really buy the warranty. I just did the monthly payments, and then it was just paid off. Okay, that's pretty cool. So when I bought the SR2 a couple of years ago, I was just a brand new DJ still, so I didn't really buy the warranty. I never buy the warranty because it would have sucked me dry if I got the warranty, and I'm not a rich DJ. So with all of my gear, I don't really get the warranty because if it breaks, I'll just go ahead and purchase a new one. Okay, I'll actually check those out once I get the chance to. I can't check everything out tonight. What else can we talk about? We talked about the DJ 400 and how we're going to use it as a secondary controller, as well as a backup controller. Yeah, we're going to use it as a secondary controller, backup, live streaming, practicing, prepping. I mean, it's going to see a lot of usage within the coming year when we do like smaller events. Because I do smaller events sometimes. Guitar Center should be real helpful with repairs. Yeah, because I did do a video like a year or two ago on my channel about how the SR2 needs to be repaired, and we talked about all the different pieces that need to be fixed, like we got to get that thing. We got to get the crossfader fixed. We got to get the FX1 knob fixed on deck 2. We got to get the master RCA fixed. We got to get it brand spanking new. And we might even ask if they could repair the body of the controller because it's got a lot of dents and dings on it. And plus, the jog wheels are so dented because it's been used quite a lot. And I also might work on getting a shorter cable surge protector for the flight case, like a 10 to 15 foot cord instead of a 25 foot cord. So I might get like a 10-foot cord and I can just hide it underneath the controller instead of having to put it on top of the controller, because that's my worst pet peeve. It's when I see other DJs put their cables, microphones, headphones on top of their controller. It's just a pet peeve of mine when I see a lot of DJs put stuff on their controller, because that's what it does to the controller. It damages it. It damages the body. It damages the jog wheels, especially when they're made out of metal. They'll dent them up. So I might work on getting a 10-foot cord, a 10-foot cord extension cable, and just put it underneath the table, or route it in front of me. So probably need a 15-foot cord, because that's the biggest we can get, rather than going a 20-foot route or 25-foot route. And it's going to be the same APC surge protector, but with an extension of 10 to 15 feet. And I'm also working on getting something for the summer, a canopy and I'm getting a canopy and a laptop cooling pad for the summertime, because I did have a lot of problems a couple of times before with my computer overheating, because here in South Carolina, the weather during the spring, the summer, and the early fall is horrendous when it comes to the high temperatures and the humidity. So the humidity is what really makes the computer overheat. It's the humidity, which makes it hotter than it already is. And it was in the hundreds. Yeah, it was in the hundreds in October of a couple of years ago, 2019. So, for this summer, I'm working on getting a canopy, which is a tent that goes around my DJ setup to keep it out of direct sunlight, and also get a laptop cooling pad like the one DJ Bright Eyes has, to go on top of my laptop cooling pad. You have to go on top of my laptop shelf on the flight case to keep my computer nice and ventilated, and I continue to DJ even when I'm under direct sunlight. Because I came out last September from doing my worship team thing and at church, and I went outside to my DJ setup, and my computer was all frozen. I couldn't even use it. Get a fan, bro. Super helpful for outside gigs. Like, probably the best piece of gear besides the canopy. Okay. I don't know if you're talking about a laptop cooling pad that goes underneath the computer for ventilation, or one of those fans that you would get for like a room, or to keep, like an office or whatever, like one of those tower fans. I don't know which fan you're talking about, because there's plenty of different types of fans out there. A laptop cooling pad, which has fans built in, or tower fans that you can plug in and it blows air. Because what I was thinking about was a laptop cooling pad, which has fans built in to help keep it ventilated. So I don't know which one you're talking about, because I know there's a lot of fans out there, like a lot of there's like tower fans, desktop fans. There's like a whole bunch of different fans out there to keep things nice and cool, especially for outdoor gigs. The outdoor gigs I've done so far was my church's fall kickoff. I'll send a link. Okay. I'll be sure to check it out. Yeah, I'll be sure to check it out. And I actually have some outdoor gigs, like weddings. But with these gigs that I'm doing, like these weddings I'm doing, I don't know if they're indoor or outdoor. I'll have to talk with the bride and the groom if it's going to be outside or inside, so I can know when to get a canopy and when to get a fan to keep things nice and cool during those hot summer months when I do summer gigs. Mostly summer weddings, if I do summer weddings. But usually it's spring and fall when I do weddings. See, my first wedding was a huge success when it comes to the weather side of things. It was in the 60s, which means I didn't have to worry about a canopy or a fan because it was nice and cool. It was mid October, and it was a nice wedding overall for my friend Brooke, who has been married for months now, and she's really enjoying it. I've seen a lot of pictures on her Facebook that she's still doing well, and she's enjoying her marriage. So I really enjoyed DJing for them. What else? Um, I can't think of anything else because nothing much is going on. It's slow season right now. You really growing as a DJ. That's awesome. You're going to be a big time soon. Yeah, not really. Just for my friends and family, since that's pretty much my safe zone is friends and family who book me through social media. But I don't really see myself being a big time DJ anytime soon. I'm just doing this for fun and making money in the process. But yeah, I'm just doing this for fun. See, I use social media like this YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch to really document my DJing career. So yeah, I just use Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. But for Facebook, it's for friends and family only, like from church, from my school that I went to, and other people I add through Facebook because it's a private account. So this is how I actually use Facebook and Instagram to book my friends and family if they message me saying, "Hey, can you DJ this event, that event?" So I'm just doing it for fun and just documenting my stuff in the process. So I'm not doing it to build a big time DJ business. This is just a solo op business, which I'm better off doing everything solo. So I am growing. Let's see, today is February 24th, and in the next couple of days will be my 3-year DJ anniversary, the day I became DJ Cool Thing. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm really growing. I'm gonna type in DJ Cool Thing. And for my friends and family, let me see here. I'm gonna go to posts. I'm going to go to date posted 2018. And I became DJ Cool Thing on February 26th, 2018. So in the next day or two, I am definitely going to be celebrating my 3-year anniversary of becoming DJ Cool Thing and really growing my DJ business that I just do for fun. But yeah, I am really growing as a DJ. I mean, look at my setup. It started out with nothing, just my laptop and a small $99 controller, to something I've really worked so hard on building. I love your videos. You know a lot about DJing. Yeah, I learned about DJing through other videos that are on YouTube and through experience, but I've had 3 years of experience almost. Because I remember 3 years ago today, February 24th, 2018. I don't know what I was doing that day, but I know on February 26th, I was on the DJ name generator, and I just got a DJ name at random, and it was DJ Cool Thing. That became my name, and it stuck for the last 3 years. But yeah, I'm glad you like my videos. I'm working so hard to put out really, great quality content at decent times, or decent lengths. But if there's a lot to talk about, obviously it's going to be over 15 minutes long if I have a lot to talk about. Like if it's a big topic, it's definitely going to be over the 15-minute length. I actually found a new home for my live streams, Google Chrome. But yeah, I'm glad you like my videos. And I do know a lot about DJing through other videos I've watched from these bigger DJs like DJ Bar, DJ Rick Webb, DJ J Book, and other people who have given great DJ advice over the last 3 years of me being a DJ. They've given me some great advice, and I just know from experience. But I'm still doing my church gigs, my family gigs. I'm still doing school gigs once those start back up, and I'm still doing weddings. I'm still doing the gigs I've been doing over the last couple of years, but with a little bit more casual, more formal events in the process, like weddings and school dances. So a lot has changed, as a DJ for me. So yeah, I became DJ Cool Thing on February 26th, 2018. That's when I became DJ Cool Thing. But yeah, a lot has changed in the last 3 years of me being a DJ. And, even my mixing. If you want to check me out on Mixcloud, make sure you check out my Mixcloud. I just posted a mix not too long back, like a week or two ago. I posted a brand new mix. It's called a high energy mix, and I do post a lot on Mixcloud. And that's another thing I'm trying to grow as a DJ here in 2021 is my Mixcloud. But if you want to check me out, you actually can, and listen to my mixes and how much I've grown as a DJ through my mixes. So here is my brand new mix. It's called High Energy Mix. It's actually not that long of a mix. It's like 46 minutes, 14 seconds long. It's not too bad of a mix. I just use the crossfader, and it makes it sound more constant, that there's no pauses between. I'm actually going to start doing that more often, using the crossfader when I'm mixing one song into the next. Just, mix them together, make sure they're the same BPM, and voila, it'll stay in time, in phrase, in sync, and just move over to the next song using the crossfader. So we'll probably do that. That's how I'm going to do my mixing from now on, is using the crossfader. It makes it a lot easier. And if you guys want to know how I make my thumbnails, I use Adobe Spark. And I actually did a video about Adobe Spark a while back. And that's how I make all of my thumbnails. It's how I make all of my thumbnails for my YouTube videos. And they've come out very, very good. By taking a picture and putting it as a background, putting text in front of it. So that's how I make my thumbnails, is using an app called Adobe Spark, which you can find on an iPhone, on an Android phone. You can find it on the web on spark.adobe.com, and you can make this is my recent thumbnail, which says DJing during COVID, DJ Cool Thing. And I can choose whatever template will fit that particular video, and it's perfect. So yeah, I use Adobe Spark for a lot of things. And I also use this app to manage my YouTube, channel. Okay, so 2 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down on what it's been like DJing during the COVID-19 pandemic. Got 36 views. And my most popular video will always be the first look at Virtual DJ 2020, since that was the day that Virtual DJ stepped up their game, and it's got thousands and thousands of views. But I am working on doing a first look. Oh man, I know what tomorrow's video is going to be. It's going to be a reaction video to my first ever wedding to get ready for wedding season. since we're almost in the month of March, it's the start of wedding season. That'll be a good video for tomorrow. Since I'll be at the office, I can really record it today and have it out by tomorrow. It's called Reacting to My First Ever Wedding. That'll be a good video to react to, because it's been a good hot minute since I last did a reaction video of any kind. And my last reaction video was my most popular gig log, and that was the daddy-daughter dance at River Oaks Elementary. So we're gonna react to my first wedding, which was back in October. So that'll be a good video for tomorrow. And I'm gonna start becoming more active here on YouTube and start growing my subscriber count and grow the channel to where I can actually do it on my phone and do some live streams on my phone, like live mixes or whatever it happens to be. I can go live on my phone using the YouTube app, because they did change their rules to where YouTubers have to reach up to 1,000 subscribers in order to have mobile live streams. See, when I first started out, with YouTube a couple of years ago, almost 3 years ago, like 3 years ago, I was able to do mobile live streams with no problem. But now they changed the rules that you have to have up to 1,000 subscribers to have mobile live streams. See, that's my main mission, to reach up to 1,000, and why I want to get to 1,000 so bad, so I can start doing mobile live streams. I kind of miss those mobile live streams. I can just walk around, talk to you guys, and that'll be a good. And I can definitely use my phone to talk to you guys, and it'll be a good. So make sure you tell your friends, make sure you tell your family, whoever is interested in DJ related content. Make sure you tell them, and they can subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, so they can get notified every time I upload a brand new video or when I go live. So I'm glad you like my videos. I'm working so hard to make quality content that everybody likes. And there's always going to be that one person or a few people who give me the thumbs down, which doesn't really hurt me. As long as there's no negative comments, I'm good to go. But going back to the lights, starting out a year ago with the Matto Park cans. Yeah, starting out with the Matto Park cans, and now I'm moving up to a Chave gig bar. Man, I've come a long way as a DJ. See, that's the last missing part from turning my beginner setup into a more professional setup, is to get the Chave gig bar and add it to my setup, and it'll be a more semi-pro setup. It'll be a semi-pro looking setup with the Chave gig bar, JBL Eon 612s, the ultimate support TS100B hydraulic speaker stands with the ProRec speaker stand scrims, my Utopia, my Lifetime 4428 table, my Utopia kitchen table scrim, my ProX XS DDJ SR2 flight case, the DDJ SR2, my MacBook Air running Serato. It's just going to be it's going to be a very semi-pro looking setup by the end of the year. And I can't wait to test it out whenever I get the Chave gig bar. And there will be an unboxing video whenever I get it in the next couple of months. So whenever I get the Chave gig bar, there's going to be an unboxing, there's going to be a review, there's going to be a first impressions, and there's going to be a lot of gig logs with it come May. So I'll have to get it within March or April, and then have it by May for when my first ever wedding of the year comes. But who's ready to get back to work? Because I know it's been a very challenging year this year with COVID and everything being shut down, and not really gathering as much as we'd like to. Let me take off my jacket. Yeah, I'm gonna take off my jacket. I don't really need it. So who's ready to get back to work? I know I am. I am super pumped about getting back to work and getting back to these gigs because I know how much you guys miss my gig logs. So I'm gonna start doing more live streams. It'll really help the channel out doing more live streams. Whenever there's nothing really planned, I'll just do a live stream. We can do the DJ Talk with DJ Cool thing. We'll have a certain topic for each DJ Talk with DJ Cool thing. But yeah, we did talk about the Chave Gig Bar, how it has 2 Darbys, 2 pars, a laser light, and a strobe with a foot pedal and a remote. We talked about this summer possibly getting a canopy and a fan to keep things nice and cool during those hot summer months, which is, in the March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and October time frame. And the last thing to get is to work on my secondary small gig setup. And my small gig setup is going to compose of the DDJ 400, my MacBook Air running Record Box DJ, a battery-powered Parcan from UKing. That's how I'm going to repurpose the UKing Parcan, is to use it for smaller gigs, such as house parties. It could be a birthday party. It could be a holiday party, whether any type of party or event that's at a family member's house or at a friend's house. I can just bring my small setup, since the room that we have to work with is not that much. Because I actually remember in my last previous gig log for my cousin Matthew's birthday party, it was a very small, teeny tiny living room. And the only thing I can bring was my table and my computer and my table scrim, computer, and the Monster Audio Rock and Roll 3 tailgater speaker based on how it's designed. And of course, my table was almost in the way of the walkway between the living room and in a bedroom. So I couldn't bring my entire setup because that would have taken a lot of space. So that's my inspiration to do a smaller setup. And the DJ 400 will also be perfect for road trips. I can take the DJ 400 with me, and I can prep my DJ sets while I'm on the road, because I do go on a lot of road trips. So the DJ 400 will definitely be the perfect candidate for that. It's small, portable, lightweight. I do miss your gig logs. Yeah, they are amazing. I love gig logs. But because of it being it's a slow time of year, this is pretty much prepping season. So this is prepping season. So January and February is prepping season. The day we prep for the coming year. And these weddings don't get booked until sometime in the spring, like March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and October, as well as November. So as of right now, since we are almost in the month of March, nothing has been planned for the month of March or April. We don't have another gig until May. So yeah, I don't have another gig until late May. Yeah, late May, early June. So the last week in June, that is the last. That's when my next gigs are. The last week in May. So I got some time. And during this time, I'm going to work on getting a new lighting system, which is the Chave Gig Bar 2. I'm actually going to get the one with the bundle, which has the DMX controller, DMX cable, the footstool, and the remote. I'm going to get that bundle, which is like $450. I mean, it's still cheaper than the $800 Chave Gig Bar Move. And of course, after these weddings, we don't have anything else until July for 4th of July at Crazy Sam's Fireworks. So I'm actually going to start DJing Saturday, July 3rd and go into Sunday, July 4th. So I'll have to miss church that weekend. And some of that money is going to go towards the DDJ 400, or maybe even the canopy and the fan to keep things nice and cool. But I guess it just depends on if my upcoming weddings are inside or outside. I'll have to talk to the bride and the groom if it's inside or outside, especially the reception area. Because my last wedding was outside. Any tip for DJing weddings? I'm DJing a wedding in May, July, and August. Have no idea what I'm doing. Well, don't worry about it. I can't think of anything at the moment. Well, first you have to prep. You have to prep for the wedding. And how you prep for the wedding is you talk with the bride and the groom, to see what kind of music they want, and you do like a Zoom call or a face-to-face interaction, and you go over what songs they want played in their ceremony, their cocktail hour, their dinner. Well, ceremony and reception, because cocktail hour and dinner, you just play whatever you want. I always have the easy route when it comes to playing music at a wedding reception. So what kind of tips you are looking for? Because there's plenty of tips on DJing weddings, from the ceremony to the reception to cocktail hour to dinner to the introductions. There's a lot that goes on in prepping for a wedding. And when I did this last wedding, I was just myself. I was my plain old self when it comes to showing off my DJ skills. So what kind of tips are you looking for? Any tips for DJing a wedding? Any tips for DJing weddings? I'm doing a wedding in May, July, and August and have no idea what I'm doing. Well, don't worry about it. Just take it nice and easy. And this will be my first time DJing because I'm new. Well, it was my first time DJing a wedding too, but I got through it. I always made sure I practice. I always practice the introductions. I practice the walk-ins. Yeah, I practice the walk-ins. I practice the ceremony. I practice a lot of things. So first thing you want to do is get the playlist. That's the first thing you do, is to get the playlist from the bride and the groom. That's where Zoom will come in, or face-to-face interaction. You talk with the bride and the groom and see what kind of music they want. Make sure you have a simple layout to work by, with what kind of music they want for their ceremony, their before wedding music, so there's a certain, so for new wedding DJs, there's a certain way it should be laid out. Like for each part of the wedding, like what song to be played for what part of the wedding, at what time. That's the first thing you do, is you need to get with the bride and the groom and talk about the music. Number two is to put it into your DJ software of choice, whether it's Serato, Rekordbox, Virtual DJ, DJ Pro by Algorithm, Tractor, any DJ application will do, and you can just build a playlist. Make sure you have it in that correct order. Should I play lounge music for a cocktail? It just depends. So it's not what you want to play; it's what they want. For me, I just play a lot of slower pop music, because you don't want to bore them when they're eating dinner. So, and I guess it's just whatever you want to play. I mean, you can play lounge music for cocktail hour as well as dinner. So make sure you talk with the bride. So that's the first thing, is to talk to the bride and the groom and get a layout of what songs you want play or what they want played at the right time. Number two is to put it all into your DJ software after you get a printout or a PDF or whatever it happens to be, and just follow that guide and have it in the exact same layout as what's on the paper or in the file. And then number three is to practice, 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 and make sure you practice your introductions, make sure you practice your music, make sure you practice everything. Pull out your DJ equipment and really practice, practice, practice. Because you know what they say, practice makes perfect. And then that's all you need to do. And then of course, when you show up, so with a wedding, I guess you have to show up at a specific time, set it by a specific time, and get ready by a specific time for the ceremony, cocktail hour, dinner, and then reception. And prepare for song requests. Prepare for the song requests, because they will hit you hard with song requests. That's what so, and be sure to prepare for some drunk people, because there's going to be some people who will have too much to drink, and they'll come over to you, touch your DJ equipment, come over to your DJ booth. And, I guess it just depends on what type of wedding it is, whether it's a farm wedding or a wedding at a hotel, or it just depends on the location and the venue. Thanks, cool thing. That is helpful. So here's a pro tip. Make sure you prepare yourself for what is to come. Drunk people, song requests after song request after song request after song request. People come up to your DJ booth, touching your DJ equipment, getting in your face, especially with the virus. They're going to be up in your face and being less than 6 feet away from the DJ booth. So just, help manage that and say, make sure you stay 6 feet away from the DJ booth. That sort of thing. And it will help control some of those people who have too much to drink. Because as you know, cocktail hour is when people have too much to drink. So that happened to me at my first ever wedding. I had too many drunk people come up to me for a song request after song. Well, not really song request, but they were up in my face. They were just, up in my face and just coming around the DJ booth and surrounding me. We don't want that. So make sure you prepare for that. And make sure you keep it under control, because it's the DJ's job to keep things under control around the DJ booth, to stay away from the DJ booth, like to stay 6 feet away from the DJ booth. And if they want to send in song requests, there are certain places that you can do. I guess there's a lot of virtual ways. Yeah, there's a lot of virtual ways you can do song requests, such as the Request Now. So Request Now is a really good, it's a really good way of getting song requests virtually instead of physically. But I hope everything goes well with your first wedding. Yeah, it is good to know, especially after cocktail hour when people are ready to party. And make sure you have high energy music that people love to dance to. And just ask the bride and the groom of what genres of music they want at their wedding reception. For me, my first wedding was pop and country put together. So they wanted pop music, they wanted country music, and they wanted a little bit of everything. When they say a little bit of everything, that means a little bit of everything. Because there will be some DJs or there will be some brides and grooms that will tell you to play a little bit of everything and just play whatever you have. Because that's what happened to me with I guess because she was a good friend of mine and she trusts me with any kind of music that I play, whether it was country, pop, hip hop, dance music, EDM, whatever music genre it was. They asked me to play a little bit of everything, but there will be some couples who just want specific genres played at their event. And be sure to be on the lookout for some song requests and be prepared for song requests because they will keep coming. But most of the time, you probably won't have the song that they are requesting. Just tell them that you don't have the song, and just be nice about it. Don't be mean about it. Just say that I don't have the track. So I'm sorry, I don't have the track. And just be on the lookout for song requests and be prepared for taking song requests. See, song requests is a DJ's worst pet peeve because it just messes up the flow of the music that I'm playing. So playing song requests, the most important song requests are from the bride and the groom because it's their special day. But other guests who have too much to drink, those are the ones you don't want to accept. The ones who have been drinking too much come up to you, say, "Can you play this song, that song?" Just say no. So the most important song requests are to be accepted is the bride and the groom because it's their special day. If they requested the song, then you must play it right then and there. But if it's a guest and it fits within that that event, that wedding, it will you can actually play it. But if it doesn't go with the wedding, then just don't play it. Or if it just doesn't fit with your set, just don't play it. And DJ softwares like Serato have something what is called the Prepare Crate, and you can prepare any song request that is that you get thrown at that you get during the wedding. Other than that, just have fun and enjoy. Just don't be nervous or anything. Just don't worry about it. Just do your thing, and they'll really enjoy you. So that's the last tip I have for you to prepare for your first ever set of weddings. And that's just to be yourself. Don't worry about what other people think. Just be yourself. Play the music that people enjoy. Read the crowd. Just have fun. And just mix not really mix. You don't really have to mix. So just have fun. So once the crowd sees you having fun, then they're gonna have fun. So the best thing to do is to get on the same hype level. Awesome, appreciate it. Okay, hope that answers your tips on weddings. So overall, have fun and be sure to have the same hype level as the crowd and really get into it. Just don't say, just don't do it with a like a boring look, sad look, whatever look it happens to be. Just be happy and just be excited and just have fun because once they see you having fun, then they're gonna have fun. And it just depends on the music that you play when it comes to the reception part. And it just depends on what type of music what the bride and the groom want. So for the wedding that I was doing back in October, it was mostly pop and country music. But I did throw in a little bit of hip hop, a little bit of dance music, some line dances. So be sure to be playing. I guess it's just depends on a do not play list. If they don't want any line dances, then don't play line dances. If they want line dances, then play line dances. It'll really help with line dances. It'll get everybody on the dance floor. But there are plenty of other YouTubers out there that you can watch to get more advice on weddings and, yeah, mostly weddings. Like DJ Bar, DJ Rick Webb, DJ Nick Spinelli, DJ J Book, all of those other great DJs who do a lot of, wedding tips. And just watch some wedding gig logs, get some inspiration. You can watch my wedding gig log. You can watch wedding gigs from Rick Webb, J Book, DJ Bar, Nick Spinelli, all those other great DJs you can watch to get some inspiration on how they do their weddings. And of course, you can do almost the exact same thing when it comes to reading the crowd and getting people on the dance floor. There's a lot of different there's a lot of videos on weddings from these great DJs, and they'll really help you out. Like if you need a certain how-to video, you can look up how to, do this, that, or that, the other, or whatever it happens to be. You can look them up on YouTube as well. So, see, for me, I don't really have many wedding tips. I'm actually going to start doing wedding tips more often since I'm becoming a wedding DJ. It's time to start giving tips, like tips and tricks on weddings mostly, and just do exactly what Nick Spinelli does and give tips, professional tips on doing your first wedding. I mean, that could be a whole live stream. Yeah, that could be a whole different live stream talking about what to do at a wedding. That'd be a good live stream because we could talk hours and hours about weddings and how to do them and how to get through them. So, as you guys know, weddings aren't like they're actually the same as any other gig. Just go there, show up, do your thing, and you're good to go. So weddings aren't any different than a school gig or a party or anything like that, especially when it comes to the reception. Just play wherever you feel like fits your wedding gig. And also what the bride and the groom want, because they're actually in control of the music, the type of music they want playing, because it's their special day, it's their wedding. So it's gonna be awesome. So I'm glad I could help you out with your first ever wedding. So everyone does a wedding differently, so do it the way you're most comfortable with. You're absolutely right, AW Entertainment. You're absolutely right. Everyone does a wedding differently. You're absolutely right on that. That everybody does a wedding differently, have their own style, and just do whatever you feel is comfortable. So for Brian Edward Hoff, make sure you do what just do it the way you feel is comfortable. Like for me, I play half of the song, I go to the other song, and just mix. So when it comes to playing the music, just do it whatever way feels comfortable to you, as AW Entertainment says, and that is a really good tip on. Yeah, that's a really good tip. Just do it the way you're most comfortable with. Everyone does a wedding differently. That's a really good tip from AW Entertainment. Like DJ Bar does his weddings differently, so does Jay Book and Rick Webb and Nick Spinelli, and all these other wedding DJs that we've been watching for a long time. They do their own weddings. They do their own weddings differently, and they have different genres of music. Any questions, you can message me. Also, I'm more happy than to help. Any questions, you can message me. Also, I'm more than happy to help. Well, I'm more happy to help too if you are looking into a certain topic. Then I can help because I do know I know a lot about DJing over the last 4 years. And Brian, if you need me, let me know because I'm always here to help with certain things. And we help each other out. That's what we DJs do. We help each other out and we give people advice. So for Brian, if you're still watching this, just do whatever you feel is comfortable to you as a DJ. You don't have to worry about a certain technique or anything like that, but you do need a song. So there's a lot of essentials that you need to help prepare for a wedding. A song list. Yeah, you would need a music library for that wedding. You would need your songs that the bride and the groom requested for their ceremony and the reception. And other than that, just practice, 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 and just come up with just do it the way you feel is comfortable. Like for me, I actually have a certain way that I do a wedding, and there's a certain layout that I personally need as a DJ for these weddings when it comes to the song list for the ceremony, the reception, the walk-ins, the introductions, the first dance, the daddy-daughter, mother-son. It could be a mother-daughter dance, pappy-granddaughter if you live in the South. And it just depends on wherever you live. There's certain traditions because, there's a lot of different types of weddings. There are some weddings that just get rid of the bouquet toss, the garter toss. Yeah, the bouquet toss, the garter toss, the mother-daughter dances. Yeah, the mother-son, daddy-daughter. And sometimes it could be a mother-daughter, pappy-granddaughter. And there's some weddings that still have the bouquet toss, the garter toss. And it just depends on what the bride and the groom want. And then you can follow their guidelines. But just do it the way you want it, it's comfortable with you. See, each DJ has their own style and their own style of doing a wedding. Don't forget some of the special things like the shoe game and etc. Well, here in the South, we don't really do the shoe game. One wedding is outside. Should I use subwoofers? If you could, but it's not essential. See, I just stick with the regular tops. Yeah, I just stick with tops. And it just depends on how far away the dance floor is from the DJ booth. Because you don't want to blow everyone away. But outside weddings, you can definitely get away with a subwoofer. Because it's outside, it's open range. So you could use a subwoofer. You can use a subwoofer. I mean, no one's really forcing you to use a subwoofer, but if you want to use a subwoofer, if you're comfortable using a subwoofer, you can actually use a subwoofer. Me personally, I like to use a plain. I just like using my plain old top since the size of my car or my dad's car Depends on how big the crowd is. Also, yeah, you're right. Because here in the South, here in South Carolina, wedding crowds aren't really that big. So I just stick with I just stick with my tops, and a subwoofer would be way too much. And they're heavy, they're bulky. And my dad's car, where I usually take all of my equipment with, and I actually take with me to all my DJ gigs, it doesn't have room for a subwoofer. So I don't really need a subwoofer. So for me, a subwoofer is inconvenient, and it's also not really that, it's not really that, needed, if you will, if you can put it that way. So me personally, I don't really need a subwoofer. About 200 people. Okay. That's a good decent amount with 200 people. That's not too bad. So 200 people. See, with 200 people, I guess you can get away with 15-inch tops with just the plain old 15-inch tops or 12-inch tops. But you could use a subwoofer if you have smaller size speakers. It'll help get some of the bass out. Um, so as far as I'm concerned, I actually use for AW Entertainment. For me personally, I use the JBL EM612s, and I don't know what Brian uses. So for 200 people, I guess it just depends on the speakers that it does depend on the tops that you use, the size they are, and the amount of people. So for the amount of people, it's 200. So if Brian has 15-inch tops, then he can do away with 200 people. Same thing with 12-inch tops. You can still get away with 200 people with 12-inch tops. Oh, Yamaha Club 215s. Okay. Those are nice looking, those are nice speakers. I'll actually look them up. I'm going to look up the Yamaha Club 215s. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice looking speaker, but they're kind of old school when it comes to the design, where most cabinets are curved and they don't have this type, but they're really good for you since you're a new DJ. Those are nice looking speakers. Those are the type of speakers you would find in the 2000s or maybe even the 90s. But those are really good speakers. So for those speakers, you could definitely get away with 200 people with just the tops because of how powerful those things really are. But if you want to use a subwoofer, you actually can. I mean, no one's really forcing you to use a subwoofer with those speakers and 200 people, and it's outside. And it also depends on the size of where you're setting up. So for Club 215S's, I don't know. Okay. Those are actually really nice speakers. They have 2 subwoofers. Wow, that's a nice looking speaker. Oh, it's an unpowered speaker. So for powered speakers, you can definitely get away with just using the tops if you have powered speakers. But for unpowered, you could probably, I don't know. So for the Club 215S, since they're unpowered, I mean, they're really good sized speakers. Wow. And based on what I've seen on Guitar Center, I run two crown. I run 2 crown amps. Okay, that's cool. 15-inch drivers, 2-inch tweeter, frequency response at -10 dB, 42 hertz to 16 kilohertz, 1,000 watts to 1,000, 2,000 watts. Sensitivity 99 dB. Weighs over 100 pounds. Okay. Nice. Very nice. Those are nice looking speakers for over $1,200. Wow. These are nice looking speakers. Reminds me of when I was a kid. This is how our auditorium speakers in elementary school look like. Now they're out of date. But I think instead of using Yamaha, we use PV speakers in my elementary school back in the 2000s, the early 2000s, early to mid 2000s. But ever since then, they've kind of updated the look of modern speakers. But I guess with powered speakers, you can actually get away with just running the tops. Those speakers, I don't know. I run 2 crown amps. Okay. Let's see. For 200 people, most people actually use a subwoofer for 200 plus people. But it's clearly up to you of what you want to do. If you want to use a subwoofer, you can. But if you don't want to use a subwoofer, then don't. It's clearly up to you. They bump pretty good. I bet. I bet. I bet. So yeah, it's just clearly up to you. If you want to take a subwoofer, you can take a subwoofer. But if you don't want to take a subwoofer, you don't have to. Just go to the rehearsal if there is a rehearsal, because most weddings have a rehearsal where you can go and see the venue, you can see where you're going to be setting up. And that's what I do. Depending on where I'm going to be setting up, depends on, what I bring. But since I don't clearly own a subwoofer, I don't really have that choice because I don't really plan on getting a sub at all based on the size of venues that I DJ at. They're small to medium sized. Some of them are outdoors, but when it's an outdoor wedding, it's mostly right there at the DJ booth. So the speakers, my 15-inch speakers, the Ions, are pretty good for that. And my JBL Eon 612s are 500 watts continuous and 1,000 watts peak. So they're up to 1,000 watts, which isn't too bad for JBLs. And they actually pack a punch. But I guess it just depends on where you are. Yeah, it does depend on where I am as a DJ, where I am DJing with the speakers. If I'm in my man cave, they'll pack a really good punch. But for a small garage party, it did a really good job with my family's get together and New Year's Eve. They did a pretty good job. They were pretty loud. But for a wedding, I haven't really tested them out yet. Brian, also don't bring too much stuff where you'll get overwhelmed with setup and such. Yep, listen to him because I know what it's like. With my entire setup, it's taken me 30 minutes 30 or so minutes to set up. And that's not including my ceremony rig. So I know what it's like. It's taken me 30 plus minutes to get set up and ready to go for the ceremony, cocktail hour, dinner, reception. So it's taken me a long time. So listen to my buddy DJ AW. So make sure you follow. Make sure you listen to him because that is some really good advice. To not bring as much stuff, which is why I decided to make my setup as minimalistic as possible. Bring only stuff you can handle on your own unless you have an assistant with you. That is absolutely right. See, that's why it's always my mission to make sure my setup is as minimalistic as possible, like with some of the basic stuff, tops, my controller, my laptop, and I'm good to go. And of course, my lighting, which should take about 10 to 20 minutes to set up because it takes longer to set up the Yamaha MG10, plug it into the APC surge protector, and also, make sure you take the stuff that you want to bring. Yeah, that's some really good advice. Bring only the stuff you can handle on your own unless you have an assistant. That's a really good tip. That is definitely a good tip. Because I remember taking my Ion Total P Maxes. They were 45 pounds and they would take me a couple of minutes just to set up those speakers. And plus, you got to do the cable management. So you got to still have room for the cable management and just however your setup really, looks like. I guess based on the look of your setup, you got to do the cable management. And that adds time to the setup where you can just set it up and get ready to go. But that is a really good tip to bring only the stuff that you can handle on your own. Unless you have an assistant, that is a really, really good. Yeah, so that's a really good tip. And always bring extra XLR and power cables just in case. Always have backups. Absolutely right. I got plenty of XLRs. I only got like 2 of the. And that's a really good. Always bring extra power cables and XLR cables just in case. That is a really good. And always have a backup mixer just in case something does go wrong. You can always plug it into an external mixer and you're good to go. That's if you have like if you have something like the DJ SR2, the 800. We're going to show this. You can also check out my gear on Instagram under DJ Barrocks. Yeah, I actually do follow you on Instagram. I actually do. Because you've seen some of my Instagram live streams. And sorry if I haven't been active as much on Instagram. DJ Barrocks. Yeah, I've actually seen him before. Okay. I'm going to put a heart. Okay, the Behringer mixer. Perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Those are really good speakers. Wow. That's a nice looking setup. Man, that's a really good setup. But the Yamahas, I don't know. They'll do just fine. Yeah, the Yamahas will do just fine without the sub. The Harbingers is where you can really start using the sub. Um, I have missed your Instagram videos. Yeah, that's because I haven't been live in like a little over a week because I've been with my family and dealing with some stuff. Wow, it's a nice looking setup. Yeah, I know you have. But you can always still watch me here on YouTube. It'll help grow the channel. But yeah, you did a really good job on your setup. But just bring whatever you can, bring on your, and set up on your own, unless you have an assistant. That's basically what AW said, which is, I mean, he's absolutely right on that. When you go to a gig, yeah, when you go to a gig, like when you go to a wedding, you always have to make sure you pack all the essentials that you would need to set up. But yeah, I hope that has helped you out with your weddings, because me and AW are always here to help, no matter what. Because we both know a lot about DJing. And that's a really good tip as well. Always bring extra power cables and XLR cables. And always have backups just in case something does go wrong. Just bring whatever you can bring on your own when it comes to setting up your DJ setup. And it sure has. I appreciate it a lot. I mean, if you ever need me, my Instagram. You can always message me on Instagram if you have a question about weddings and stuff, and I'll always help you out. And you can always message AW Entertainment on Instagram as well. And if you have any questions concerning weddings, because I'm not going to be live for much longer, I need to take a shower and relax for the rest of the night. Here it is, 8:05. I've been live for almost an hour, 40 minutes. But other than that, with my DJ, business, it's going really well. I'll be purchasing some new gear very soon, like the Chave Gig Bar 2 to help prepare for my first wedding of 2021. Because I do need a lighting system for the 2021 weddings. And when summer comes, when spring rolls around, summer, early fall, that's when I'll get a canopy and a fan to keep things nice and cool whenever I'm doing an outdoor wedding or anything like that during the summertime, because it gets pretty hot here in South Carolina. But it also gets humid, so that'll probably come at a much later date. And later on in November, or maybe sometime in the summertime, I'll actually get the DJ 400 to use as a secondary controller, backup controller, prepping controller, on the go controller. There's going to be a lot of usage for the DDJ 400 and the SR2 together, so we can use them evenly. The SR2 is good for bigger setups, and the DDJ 400 is really good for smaller setups, practicing, live streaming, on the go, prepping, that sort of stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. Of course, I have 3 weddings planned so far. I'm excited for you to get your new stuff and rock out. Yeah, I'm excited too. So, according to my planner, I don't have anything planned until May 23rd. So, the gig won't be posted until the 24th. May 24th is when we'll post my first ever wedding gig of 2021. And then on the 30th or the 31st, we'll post my second wedding gig. My gig logs always come the day before. What type of gigs do you usually do, Brian? That's it's your first wedding. Oh, and I almost forgot. My cousin Cheyenne's wedding. I do live sound for bands. That's cool. That's cool. But yeah, my cousin's wedding in November, that gig won't be posted till November 8th. November 8th is when we'll post the actual video for that wedding. So we'll have three we have three weddings so far. One for my friend Allie, the other for my friend Brandon, and the other for my cousin Cheyenne, who they're all getting married in 2021. We'll probably have more come up in this year once I hear some more. Once I get more bookings this year, who knows? And I know for 4th of July we're gonna do our yearly 4th of July gig at Crazy Sam's Fireworks. So be on the lookout for that. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And of course, when the summer rolls around, we'll have our yearly 4th of July gig at Crazy Sam's Fireworks. And the money I get from that is going to go towards the DDJ 400. Yeah, whatever money I make at the fireworks store, the entire week I'm working, I can use towards the DDJ 400 and use it as a secondary controller, as we said, because that gig is going to be awesome. See, last year, for 2020, 4th of July 2020, we use that towards my case build for the SR2 to keep things nice and simple and, keep things out of the way. Keep it nice and clean and simple. So the case build was the biggest purchase of 2020. And it really helps beginner DJs like myself and you in, DJ Barack. So me and DJ Barack's. The flight case is really, really handy for cable management. For someone like me who, is still a intermediate, getting into that semi-pro DJing, and the flight case is really essential for DJs like me and DJ Barack, or Barack's, or whatever you like to say it. So. Oh, it's DJ Barack. So me and him, the essential thing is the flight case. It really keeps the cables, better managed. So that was the biggest purchase for 2020. But 2021, the biggest purchase of this year is going to be the canopy and the fan. I like your setup. Very professional. Yeah, it's a good setup. I mean, it's not really a professional setup, but it's more of a smaller, compact setup. It's a very compact setup. See, my setup is very small, very compact, very easy to tote around. And when it comes to people asking me, when are you going to get a subwoofer? We're going to get a sub. We're going to get a sub. I am not going to get a sub based on the size of my man cave, my theater room. I don't have room to store it. And of course, in my dad's car, I don't have room to store a subwoofer, even if I wanted to get one. The size of my dad's car is very, very small. Even with all my, if you've seen that picture of my dad's car all packed up for my first ever wedding, you can see I don't have any room for the for a subwoofer if I wanted to get one. And plus they're expensive. So I probably will never have the money to afford a subwoofer, because some subwoofers are just really expensive. Like they're in the thousands. And plus they're heavy, they're bulky, especially for someone like me who goes solo and I have my mom to help me, my dad help me, because yeah. So a subwoofer wouldn't really be practical for me as a DJ. It would be practical and it's also inconvenient for me to have a subwoofer. I like to keep things nice, simple, and compact to go for my gigs. But I'm glad you like my setup, and I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it and you think it's professional. I do the best I can to get whatever fits within my budget. And I'm actually working on a smaller gig setup for house parties, church events like the youth ministry, if they invite me again, which I doubt they're going to invite me again. But whatever happens, we still got we're actually going to build a small gig setup where, what is my what? So, after I work on the big setup, what is your dream mixer? I don't really have a dream mixer. It's just whatever I can afford. See, for me, money doesn't really grow on trees. So, yeah, money is not really money is a big issue for me. And it's just whatever I can afford. I mean, I already have my dream mixer, 2-channel mixer, XLRs, Serato integration. Yeah, Serato Pro integration, XLRs, 2 channels. And it was pretty much the perfect candidate. The DDJ SR2 was the perfect candidate at the time. And now moving over to Record Box, the perfect candidate for me is the DDJ 800, which I'm working on getting in the next couple of years, maybe the next year, as an upgrade. Because I've had maybe even get the SR2 fixed. I can use Record Box for my smaller gigs and use Serato for my big gigs. So, yeah, the SR2 was definitely my dream controller. It still is to this very day because of the 2-channel mixer for DJ Pretty Boy. The DDJ 1000 SRT is pretty good. I know. I mean, I've heard it was pretty good, but it's just too expensive for me. Too darn expensive. I can't really afford the DJ 1000 even if I wanted to get one. And plus, money is really hard to come by these days with the pandemic and not making much money and that sort of thing. Especially when I'm DJing just for fun and, charging a decent price. I don't think I'll ever afford the DDJ 1000. Even the DJ 1000 SRT I can't afford. Another thing I can't afford is a subwoofer. So I can't afford a subwoofer or a 4-channel controller. I'll have to stick within the 2-channel mixer range, the 2-channel controller range. So the DDJ 1000 is a really good controller, but it's just expensive and something I can't really afford at the moment. So the next controller for me is going to be for smaller gigs, and that's the the DDJ 400. So yeah, the DJ 400 is perfect for me for smaller gigs because it's small, portable, lightweight, compact. It's got a sound card on the back compared to the DDJ 200. So the 200 is really good if you are DJing from an iOS device, Android device, and using a laptop and using the sound card built into your computer. That's where the DDJ 200 will come in. So yeah, the DDJ 200, it's a really good controller, but it doesn't have a sound card. So the DJ 400s are a really good step up from that, especially for smaller gigs and smaller setups. But for the bigger setup, my dream controller was definitely the DJ SR2s that had Serato integration. It had XLR inputs for connecting to my, my church's sound system, which is currently XLR, and also the 2-channel mixer. It has Serato Pro integration, XLRs, 2 channels. So it was the perfect controller for a guy like me who doesn't do a whole lot. And what I do is I actually use the line input on the back of my controller as an aux input. So in the next year or two, I'm actually going to move up to the DJ 800 and start building up that library over time, which I'm really looking forward to. But Serato is a really good piece of software with the DDJ SR2. And since these controllers are so expensive, I'll just keep the SR2 for right now, get it repaired, and then when the time comes, then I'll upgrade. But until then, I'm keeping the DDJ SR2 and then the DDJ 400, which the DJ 400 is really good to help keep my DJing services around and still DJ bigger, smaller parties at a family member's house or a friend's, like a friend's house or a family member's house. That is where the 400 will come into play. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours, so it's time for me to call it a night. I'm going to go ahead and take a shower, download some songs from BPM Supreme, and call it a night. Thank you so much for watching this. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. So next time, your boy DJ Cool Thing from Cool Thing Entertainment out. Peace. I'll see you in the next video, which is a reaction video to my first ever wedding. Peace. Yeah.